Hello there, it is your mom of three in NYC, and I am back with another video. Get excited. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Taneza. I'm the mother of three. They can be rambunctious, especially when they're all together. The level of rambunctiousness is turned all the way up, especially BB1 and BB2. I'm obsessed with them. I love them. We do live here in the heart of New York City. If you have not already subscribed, I'm going to pause. I'm going to give you a moment. Go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. Go ahead and turn on your post notifications. Thank you. It's awesome to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All my A1 day ones, you guys know I heart you guys. I sure do. This is a review. This video that you have just clicked on is a review. Married at First Sight, Season 7, Episode 29. UK edition. The UK edition. This, my friends, is the final dinner party. Let's just jump into it. It's a lot of goodness. The first to arrive into, it's like the cocktail chit chat on the couch before they actually go into the dining room and sit down and eat. So, first couple to arrive, Thomas and Adrian. They arrived together, holding hands. We know that they're no longer together. They bowed out gracefully, but they are friends for life. Okay, so Thomas, your pink hair, okay. I'll give you a pass, fine. Your pink and white dunks, the high top dunks, okay. Even the sheer long sleeve pink, it's not a dress, it's a beach cover up. All right, I'll give that one to you too. What in the HE double hockey sticks, Thomas? What are you wearing? What's underneath that dress? It's like hot pink chaps / lingerie / bodywear, body yaddy 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 wear. I'm confused. I'm confused, Thomas. But that's okay. It's your fashion choice. What did we used to say? I'm just a squirrel. Adrian's also wearing pink, but a much more subdued pink outfit. Thomas says that he hopes that Shanita and Jordan are still together and that Jenna and Zoe are still going strong. He says that Matt and Whitney are going to still be together because they have, quote, something to prove. And I agree with him. I absolutely agree with him that they're going to be going strong because the naysayers and the haters are all out here in these streets, and they have love. They have true love. They have found their person, according to Whitney and Matt. Even though they were married to other people, they are meant to be. And that the experiment did work. Gemma arrives next after Thomas and Adrian. And Gemma, she arrived solo, but she definitely looks more at peace and happier than the last time we saw her at the couples retreat. April and George. So the editors really tried to build suspense. They showed B-roll of April. Look at me knowing production terms. They showed B-roll of April getting ready in a hotel suite and George getting ready in a hotel suite. And the voiceover is like all about how hard it has been. But guess what? They arrived together. They're still going strong. April is definitely getting some wear out of her pageant gown. You know she's a beauty queen, right? She said, I'm gonna rewear this pageant gown and it's gonna work. And it did. Whitney arrives solo. What? Tribe, when Whitney arrived by herself, I said, there's no way they're not together. I said, Matt must have had extenuating circumstances and he could not film. He couldn't film. Maybe his mother is not doing well. Whatever the reason, I gagged. Wait, it's not that he's missing. You guys are not. When I say Gemma went from just smiling to grinning, the faster, what's that old wives' tale? The faster you catch him, you lose him just as fast. Shocked. I never saw that coming. Never. I knew they were still going to be together, especially after their commitment ceremony, all in love and all that goodness. They're not together anymore. And you can tell Whitney is hurt for real. I truly believe Whitney's feelings were real. I truly do. I really do. I do. Whitney arrives solo. And she tries to give a little bit of an explanation, but I agree with the experts. It's not the distance, because remember, Whitney and Matt live 3 hours away. It's not. Look at him. He's trying again to give me a ticket. No, not today, sir. Not today, sir. Look, you guys, I'm going to show you. They are always out to get us. Always out to get us. He is trying to give me a ticket. Boo-boo. I'm in the car. If I'm in the car, you can't ticket me, boo. You can't. Oh, sorry. Back to the matter at hand. Shout out Spicy Shauna gang, gang, gang. You know, New Yorkers, you know how it is. Anywho, I agree with the experts. Because remember, Matt and Whitney live 3 hours away. It's not the distance, it's the effort. And why do I believe that? Because look at April and George. They live hours. She's in London, he's in the country, and they're still going strong. So, I am shocked Whitney and Matt are no longer a couple. For those that don't know, Whitney was married to Duca. Matt was married to Gemma. They were married. They were married. And then on the couples retreat, Matt and Whitney had a connection. So at the next commitment ceremony, Whitney wants to leave. She already wanted to leave Duca. And then Matt wanted to leave Gemma and left Gemma. As I mentioned before, Gemma is now grinning. She's no longer smiling. She's grinning. And she said something, and I had to write it down. She said, that is the risk. When she was asked about Whitney and Matt no longer being together, she says, that is the risk of being with someone else's husband. Period. Period, poo. Duca arrives. Duca's in good spirits. Duca's a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. He really is. Ooh, yes, girl. But get to your car. Get to it, girl. Get to it. They're out here ticketing. End of the month. They got quotas. I'm sorry, guys. PJ and Jazz, they enter next. We've been seeing them in a minute, right? They were one of the first couples to leave. Well, Jess leave. PJ wanted to stay with her. But they arrived. They both look great. They're both doing well. They're both happy. Keisha walks in. Alone. Yeah, she wanted to leave Kwame, the relationship. Remember, Kwame wanted to stay, but then when she said leave, he changed his. They are, ooh, you guys, giving tickets. So, Keisha walks in alone. Keisha looks amazing. She says that she was not respected as a woman, and she is not looking forward to seeing Kwame. Apparently, Kwame has tried to reach out to her. She's not here for it. She does not want any parts of it at all. After she says that, guess who walks in next? Kwame. And he's full of life. He's vigorous. And I want to say this again, and I bet your bottom dollar, Kwame never told his parents, his daughters, his family about being on Married at First Sight. I'm just letting you guys know that once again. So Keisha does not even, everyone else does, Keisha does not stand up to greet Kwame. He asks Keisha for a hug. Once she did not stand up to greet him, he goes to her and she says that, sorry, I can't get up. And we don't know, guys. We don't know what happened between Keisha and Kwame exactly. Whatever it was so bad that she announced that she was single at the last wives get together, the girls' night out, and at the final commitment ceremony where she wasn't even wearing any makeup, she did not care. Hashtag don't care at all. She does look great. She was put together today. Whatever he did, like, we gotta get to the bottom of this. Whatever Kwame did, it was beyond not showing her his home at the homestays. Instead, they went to a park. She's not here for it at all. She said, I can't stand up to give you a hug. Sophie enters next. Alone. Tell me why Sophie said that she has not seen Jonathan since their vow renewal, at which they both said they were going to stay together, stay married. And she says that, you know, she went back to her life. She went back to her flat and she was thinking things over and maybe they're not a match. I was shocked, you guys. Whitney and Matt. So there were 5 couples that all chose to stay together. April and George, Whitney and Matt, Shanita and Jordan, Jenna and Zoe, Sophie and Jonathan. Sophie and Jonathan are no longer together. So now we're two for two. Whitney and Matt, no longer together. Sophie and Jonathan, no longer together. Everyone's happy to see Sophie. Everyone. Hugs, kisses, everyone. The same is not true for Jonathan. Jonathan enters next. He is a little bit dismissive of Sophie, which is not cute. And the experts notice it as well. Richie and Laura. Throwback couple from the beginning. They're doing well. There's still a little bit of friction between the two of them. She's not really here for Richie. And Richie was infatuated with her earlier. He's not here for her either. Shanita. So remember, Shanita and Jordan were hashtag couple goals the entire season. They were the most consistent in-love couple there was the entire season. They had 1 or 2 little kerfuffles, not even arguments, but they worked through them. They had great homestays. They both looked amazing in the gazebo during their vow renewal ceremony. Guys. Tell me why they're not together. I said I didn't see Whitney and Matt coming. I didn't see Sophie and Jonathan come. My mouth dropped. Shanita entered the room by herself. And everyone else was shocked as well. Shanita got her heart broken. Jordan broke her heart. And their feelings, I think both of them, they were real. I believe they had true feelings for each other. I believe they truly cared. You guys, Shanita got her heart broken by Jordan. I feel so bad for her, you guys. I like Shanita. She was a cutie patootie. In my notes, Shanita got her heart broken. Jordan entered. Jordan enters. And honestly, I wrote in my notes and I still stand by it. I really do not think that it is fair to expect a couple that has broken up to be friends. I don't think it's fair. I think you guys both need time apart to process, to heal. It is not fair to expect Shanita to be friends. It's not fair. Jordan, it's not fair. Other couples, it's not fair. Leave the girl alone. She got her heart broken. She deeply cared for Jordan. She was in it to win it. She wanted to stay every single commitment ceremony. She was the first to speak at their vow renewal. She wanted to be with Jordan. And so, according to Shanita and to Jordan, he began to question the relationship and did not think that that's what he wanted any longer. Jordan has every right to say and do that, but Shanita has every right to not want to be a friend right now. She needs to get over it. Shocked. I was shocked about Whitney and Matt. Absolutely. I had my doubts about Sophie and Jonathan. I wasn't sure they were a match. But when Shanita entered by herself, talk about a curveball. It was really funny was how Duca they were sitting next to each other, Duca and Shanita on the couch. And then Duca complimented Shanita. Why did Jordan? Jordan sat down in between it. He was like, He felt the energy. He felt the vibes. He said, nah, not my watch. Jordan sat immediately, Jordan immediately sat between Shanita and Duca. April and George enter holding hands. They are going strong. Everyone is so excited to see Zoe and Jenna enter together. They both look amazing. They look great. And they too are going strong. So of the 5 final couples, there are only 2 couples that are still together. April and George, Jenna and Zoe. Unfortunately, Matt and Whitney did not work out. When Matt enters alone, there's really not a lot of love for him in the room. Sophie and Jonathan are no longer together, and Shanita and Jordan are no longer together. After their champagne cocktails and chit-chat, it is time to go to the final dinner. They all sit down, and I am convinced that the producers asked Shanita to give the toast. Because she even says, she stands up, this is my first time giving a toast. It was cute, right? What I'm really proud about is the way that Shanita stood up to Jordan for stringing her along. Because he was unsure, he had doubts. Like, why you put her through that? Like, why? So then the honesty box appears. And the way the honesty box works this time is that each couple, they ask their partner each other questions. So Thomas and Adrian are up first. Adrian asks Thomas, what do you consider our strengths and what do you consider our weaknesses? And I agree with Thomas. Thomas says our strengths, we have each other's back. And he's right. They do. And the weakness was really cute. They take forever to get ready. I thought that was cute. George and April. Remember, out of 10 couples, only 2 made it. And they are one of the ones. And they're making it so far, being long distance. What do I have to do to make this marriage last? George asks April. She says, continue being yourself and know that I will never break your heart. A really surprisingly cute moment was that Thomas actually toasted George and April. After all the drama they've been through for the entire season, all the bickering, fighting, mean words, it was cute to see that Thomas apologized and was able to celebrate their love because now we know it's true. It's real. Matt asks Whitney, do you see any hope for us in the future? And the entire episode, Whitney's like teary. She's crying. I feel that she really did care for Matt. It's not an act. She's not putting it on. Whitney says that we both have a lot of work to do, a lot of healing. Maybe after that. Maybe. Jenna, what do you love most about me? Zoe asks her. And Jenna says the little things, like the kiss before work, when she had COVID, you brought her vegan food. And according to the experts, they are in love. They are doing love. Kwame is next. He says, Keisha, how genuine do you think I was during the experiment? Keisha says, we haven't spoken. First of all, you are not genuine. 2, we have not spoken. 3, when you have reached out, I have not responded. I do not think that you are a genuine person. Keisha has anger. And the question I asked before, why? We got an answer. The last thing that Kwame said to Keisha the morning of the last commitment ceremony was, quote, you have made an enemy out of me. Why? According to Kwame, at the girls' night, you said that you were single and looking for a man. I do not remember the second part. I remember her saying that she was single. I do not remember Keisha saying anything about looking for a man. According to Kwame, that was disrespectful, and I then lost respect for you. The honesty box. Keisha, you may ask Kwame anything, any question you want. They gave her free reign. She said, I have nothing to ask him. She says, I am done. Point blank, period, poo. I'm done.com. She's done. I have nothing to ask him. There's the care that she had is no longer. There's none. No care. And when she says that, you guys, the rest, you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the dinner party is completely silent. Jordan asks Shanita, how would you describe your feelings for me now? She said, I don't know. And she's crying. Her heart is broken, you guys. And Jordan does apologize for the pain that he has caused her. Jonathan asks Sophie, of the two of us, who made the most effort? Sophie's like the queen of non-answers. She really is. She's the queen because she didn't answer the question. She just says that I know that I tried really hard. A non-answer. Jonathan thought that he tried really hard. The others start to argue. Matt pipes up in defense of Jonathan. Jenna then shouts at Matt, saying that, Matt, you called Sophie a fake bitch. Once she hears that, Sophie gets up and leaves. Shanita does get her to return. And there is one more meeting. That is... Oh, I wanted to bring up one more point. So, the girls' night out, Keisha said she's single. According to Kwame, she's looking for a man, even though I don't remember her saying that at all. He hears about it, that she's calling herself single, and he says that, you know, that was disrespectful and I lost respect for you. I haven't made notes, but episode 24, last time we saw Keisha and Kwame, didn't you vote to stay? Kwame, make it make sense. So we hear that she was disrespectful by saying she is single, she's looking for a man, and then you tell her you've made an enemy out of me. So it was all for show. And I said this earlier on. He did not tell his family, his parents, his siblings, his daughters about being married at first sight. The only people in Kwame's life that knew were his bros, his friends that were as close as brothers. We saw them twice. We saw them at the wedding reception, and we saw them during the homestay after their day in the park. They met up with Keisha and Kwame to have dinner, right? If all the above is true, then why did you vote to stay, Kwame? Because you wanted more screen time. That's the truth. You wanted to be a TV star. And now you're embarrassed. All right. So that's where the episode ends. The next episode, which may be the last, we will have one more conversation on the couch with all the couples. All right. That is it. What do you guys think in the comments below? Any other thoughts, any other perceptions, revelations about this episode? Otherwise, have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in our next review. Bye for now, tribe.